It's time to plant fig trees in the ground outside in a colder growing zone. Hey everyone, Andrew here, and we are starting a new series of planting fig trees in Zone 6 that will live outside all year. Figs are a delicious fruit that come in all kinds of varieties. Generally easy to grow and don't see a lot of pest or disease issues. The added care of figs is that they prefer a warmer climate to grow in. Generally, in colder climates like where I am in Missouri, hardiness zone 6B, or even colder, figs are grown in pots, then brought to an unheated garage or basement in the winter and set back out in the spring. Now, while this is a great way to grow figs in colder climates, I wanted to try growing them outside. I was inspired to do this by the book Growing Figs in Cold Climates by Lee Reich. Through this series, we'll go through the care of fig trees in cold climates planted outside, from harvesting, pruning, and winter care. But we have to first plant the fig trees, which is where we are today. Now, for the location of the fig planting, we're adding a row to our orchard. To prepare the area, I planted a cover crop this February. We have all the cover crop how-to videos on Stark Bros YouTube channel. I also needed to expand our Premier One 3D electric deer fence. How-to videos on the deer fence is also on the Stark Bros YouTube channel. For spacing, I'm keeping my rows 20 feet apart. I'm planting the fig trees on the uphill end of the orchard where we have more dwarf and semi-dwarf trees. And as the orchard goes downhill, we have more standard trees planted. I wanted to keep my row spacing the same, and I have the room to do so. Figs like the sun, and planting them at this spot in our orchard are behind columnar apple trees and several dwarf trees, so they won't be shaded out. For the spacing of the figs, I'm going to plant them 10 feet apart. Now, if you live in a warmer climate, you'll probably want to plant them further apart. But because I'm growing them more like a bush, I'll be pruning them back every year so I can plant them closer. Your growing space may change the spacing. I have seen people plant figs up against their house or fit in an area that works best for them. Now, what type of figs will I be planting? Since I'm in a colder fig climate where the figs will be pruned back every year, I will be planting cold hardy figs that are known for producing figs on their first year growth. The first figs that I'm planting is part of the cold hardy fig collection from Stark Brothers. Included in this cost-saving collection is the Celeste fig, known for its sweetness and rich flavor. The second fig in the collection is the brown turkey fig, known for being a great all-around fig. And finally in the collection is probably the most well-known and planted cold hardy fig, the Chicago hardy fig. In addition to planting the 3 figs in the cold hardy fig collection, I'm planting the Italian honey with its sweet amber flesh. Finally, I'm planting the LSU purple fig, known for eating fresh or drying. The LSU purple will fruit some on the first year crop and then on a main crop on 2 to 5 year growth. So with this specific tree, I'm going to try a different method of winter care than the other figs. So stay tuned to the series as we get closer to winter. All these figs came potted and shipped to my door from Stark Brothers. For more details on how to plant a potted tree from Stark Brothers, we have a video on that on the YouTube channel. For each fig, I'm going to plant them at soil level to match where they are in the pot and then do a donut wood mulch around them. I do see where people plant figs deeper to try to promote more root development, but since these are looking great in the Stark pots, I'm going to plant them at ground level. Now that they are watered and mulched, that's all we have to do for today. Hopefully we get a few figs off them this year. So stay tuned as we go through the life cycle of a fig tree planted outside in colder climates. To get your own fig trees, head over to starkbros.com.